Hello everyone and welcome back to Crafts by the Bow. Today I've been making some cards for my open house and I wanted to use this lovely paper, the Share What You Love paper. Really, it isn't paper, it's thick like card, and it's beautiful. You've seen me use it lots of times before, I'm sure, and one side of the paper has like a pearlized glimmer on it. Might be a bit tricky to pick up with the camera. It's just beautiful. And so when you've got the card standing up, depending on which way the light hits it, you either get sort of a lot of light coming from it or just like a very subtle glow. Let me see. It really is very pretty. And when I first saw this paper, when I was on stage, I thought, oh, it's pretty, but it's really expensive because it was $30-something for the pack. What I didn't realise was it was a double pack, and I have used tons of it. I've made bags and boxes and cards, and I've still got loads and loads left. So I really do like this. I am going to get another pack. I'm a bit of a paper hoarder, but this one, I think I've been using it, so I'll carry on using it, and I definitely deserve another pack. So my card today, I wanted to make something for my open house. And when it's open house, people come and take sort of a look around at the new catalogue, and they make a project, but I'm not really there helping them. So it had to be a fairly simple project. And what I decided to do, because I had the Share What You Love sweet paper, I took the Love What You Do stamp set and some of the Grapefruit Grove card, and I cut the Grapefruit Grove right down the middle at 4 1/4, and then I scored it at 5 1/2. So that's this piece here. Let's just put that back on and pretend that's, oh, it's just a full piece of card now. Scored down the middle, and then I cut the very end off at one side at 2 3/4 so that the flap only goes halfway across now. And then I took some mint macaron. I had little scraps of this paper left. You can see I'd been using it for other projects, and this was just a perfect size. And I took a piece of mint macaron at 2 1/2 by 4, and my DSP was 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. And I'm just going to put those together. I love it when it's open house time for new catalogues. I love having people around coming to see all the new things. And I really enjoy watching them craft, especially when they've got the instructions and just a bag with things in, and they're sort of looking at each other, and then one person will go for it so the others will follow, and it's really fun. Okay, so I'm going to put this on here, and it just gives a nice little border all the way around. Okay, and then for inside, I've cut a piece of white card at 5 1/4 by 4. It's this size, and then I chose one of the sentiments. I didn't want to put my sentiment on the front. I wanted to put it on this little piece of card. So I just chose the thank you, and I stamped it right in the corner. I haven't put anything else on there, just thank you at the bottom. So I'll put that one in. There we are. I do like this Grapefruit Grove orange. When we were on stage, everybody had a different colour on their tables, and mine happened to be this colour. And so the books that we got, mine was the Grapefruit Grove colour. And what I've done is I use it for all of my ideas and things. And I've got little tiny note markers on the side here, and I just put in things that I've made, ideas. Sometimes I'll just put pictures in if I'm not sure how to make something. I'll put a picture in and then work out later how to make it. But the front of the book had all diary and things in as well, and I really wish they sold these. because I'm enjoying using that. But anyway, back to the card. So that's the inside put on. Now, very quickly, we're just onto the outside. And I wanted to use some of the pearlised doilies. Because it was the 30th anniversary of Stampin' Up, quite a lot of our things have this pearlised look. And for wedding anniversaries and things, 30 years is pearl. So I presume that's where they decided on this sort of scheme. And so I've got one of the doilies, and then I used my punch, my 2.5 inch punch, to punch out a piece of the Grapefruit Grove, and I used the piece that we cut off this card. I knew that would just fit on perfectly. So I've punched that out, and I'm going to put it on top of the doily, and I've also punched a second one out because I want one for underneath. So I'm just going to put glue onto here, and I'm going to put the doily over the top, like that. And then I'm going to put more glue on this side, like this. And that's because I want to put this little embellishment only over half of the card. And sometimes when you only have it over the half, you can see and you can feel the tacky glue under on this side. So I just thought, you know, I'll just pop that on there, and then nobody will get sticky fingers or anything. Okay, so I'm just positioning it so that I can still see where it says thank you. And I'm going to put it up on dimensionals. I was going to stick it, but I've just decided that it's going on dimensionals. So you only need to put them on half of the little circle. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put them straight onto the card, and I'm only going to use 3. Okay. Throw that paper away. See which way I want it. Okay. There we are. Okay. And then for the centre, I chose to use this stamp with this flower on. And let's find, I've already stamped it on here, and I'm going to use my Calypso Coral markers. I haven't got Grapefruit Grove blends yet, and I'm going to use, which one is this? I don't know if it's the dark or the light, the dark Old Olive. And so I stamped in black memento because that's good for when you're using the blends. It doesn't run or it doesn't smudge. And I'm just going over the stems and the little leaves at the top so that it looks like they're actually green and not stamped in black. There we go. It just gives that little bit of green. And then I've got my dark Calypso Coral marker, and I'm just going to do the very bottom of the petals. The ones that would be on the inside, I'm going to go over with the dark. One thing I do like about these markers, when you were little and you had, we called them felt pens, but marker pens, you could always tell where you'd been colouring. You could see marks from where you'd moved the marker or the felt pen over the top of the paper. But these don't leave any marks, it sort of all blends in. Then I've got my light, and I'm just going to go over the petals that have the little bit of dark on, just to make that darker bit blend in, make it look a bit more like a shadow. I do like colouring. I work at a preschool, and the lady that works with me, her and I are often at the colouring table with the children. So, okay, and then what I used was, I got my stitched circles out, and I chose the second largest, so from the outside in. I chose the second largest, and then I put this, lined it up where I wanted it, how much of the flower I wanted through, whether I wanted it to be at the top or in the middle, and I just ran that through the big shot. And this is what came out. So this is my flower. I did try using this piece with some mint macaron ink, and I stamped off a couple of times and then stamped behind it, but I wasn't quite enamoured with it because it had these bit darker spots and I thought it looked a bit muddy, so, and a bit sort of dingy. So I decided not that one, I'd go with just the white one. Now do remember, if you're using our blends, that they do leak through the paper. So make sure you have some kind of backing. That's another reason why I wanted to put a backing on here, so that when you opened the card, you didn't see all the orange marker pen through the doily. Okay, now I think that would be nice with some of the little artisan pearls. And they're just in the drawer, so excuse me while I find them. They're hiding in here somewhere. Got all sorts of little bits in this bag. Here we are. And let's find my paper piercer. And I'm just going to put one of the little orange coloured pearls at the very bottom of each of the flowers, just at the edge of the petals there. I'm just going to put 3 on. What would be nice on here as well is if you used Wink of Stella over it. I think that'd be pretty. Okay, so what do you think, ladies? Do you think that would be easy enough to do at my open house? There's not too many steps, and I think most of it is self-explanatory. So I didn't want a very big orange outline here. I could have used one of the bigger circles, or I could have used a bit smaller circle of the stitched framelets, but I just wanted a touch of the orange there. So I hope you like it, and I hope my ladies at the open house will be able to do it as well. I'll let you know. Thanks very much for watching. Bye everyone.